Yeah, good evening, ladies. It's so good to be here again, and I'm super excited as usual. I'm so excited to be doing this with you again, and I'm glad about our conversation today. It's going to be really, really amazing. So, last week we talked about how to stay in control, how to control your feelings, how to navigate that period when you're crushing on a guy and he's not paying attention. I'm sure you guys, I got a lot of feedbacks and reviews, and it was really helpful. It's one of the things that also saved me was proper knowledge, how to handle that feeling that, oh my God, nobody's going to steal my steez and composure. I'm going to keep it locked in until this guy says something, until he sees my words, until he identifies me, until he sees how much I've positioned myself. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna lose my respect, right? Yeah, so it was really amazing last week. Trust me, I had so much fun as much as you did. So today we're going to be talking about an amazing topic. I mean, this is one of the bedrock for every beautiful relationship. This is one of the key factors to any successful relationship, any relationship that will not stress you, and where you have this is how to get get it right, right? So we're going to be talking about it, and I'm really, really excited. I mean, if a lot of ladies know this, I'm not going to be doing so much counseling. Like, there's not going to be a lot of questions. There's not going to be a lot of hide my identity on social media. Please, my name is, hide my identity can be a lot. I don't know if you're familiar with those kind of posts. Hide my identity. My husband is this. My partner is this, and oh my God, I've never started this session. A name just dropped in my heart right now, and like one of the tips that I'm gonna share. It's like a bonus one, right? I'm gonna share it. So let's get right into it. Once again, thank you so much for joining. I am excited to have you here. I'm excited to be doing this with you. I'm sure you're going to have as much fun as I would. So yes, ensure that you stay to the end. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. So we're going to be talking about red flags and green flags. Hopefully, I'll be able to completely talk about the red flags, the green flags today. I'm going to talk about. I'm going to be majoring on the red flags today. So if you're unable to talk about the green flag, we're just going to do that next week. So wait for our next video if I'm unable to talk about the green flags today. So let's talk about the red flags straight into it. These are the things that you should know that these are non-negotiables. Like, if this is not in a guy, it's not going to change over the night, right? It's not part of, I mean, marriage only amplifies what happened during courtship. You must have heard that a lot. And if you don't believe it, you can try to go into marriage with a stingy man. We have not even gotten into it. I'm just saying. So you who expect a stingy man to change in a relationship? I'm not saying you should go extorting guys. That's actually just an example. You should go extorting. I just know that. I mean, we also have stingy women as much as we have stingy men. So you shouldn't be stingy too. I'm just saying that you cannot expect a guy that is stingy should change over the night. Like, you got married to him and you expect him to change. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Once again, thank you so much for joining. And I am so excited to have you. I'm so excited to be doing this with you. Trust me, you're going to learn so much and you're going to hinder you from a lot of mistakes. So I have documented here are 10 red flags you look out for in a guy. 10 things you should look out for in a man you want to settle down with. In a man you want to spend the rest of your life with. Like I always tell my ladies, the number of times, the number of years you spent being single is little compared to the number of years you spent married. I want to get married before 25. Probably soon, I don't know. God's willing, I'll get married before 25. So if I do not, if I get married, I will most likely stay in that marriage for about 70, 80 years, depending on how long I want to live, how long God wants me to live, right? So I'm going to spend about 70 years in marriage, and I spent about 25 years as a single lady. Can you see that I spent more years as a married woman than a single lady? So the number of the that drive, that desperation that comes with you wanting to get married, is your body will calm down by the time you get into marriage and see that, oh my God, you're going to spend the rest of your life with this person, and then you didn't properly plan yourself, you didn't properly look before you leap. Do you get? So yes, marriage is something you should be very, very careful about, and you should pay attention to everything that your man entails. Yeah, so we're gonna get right into it. I hope we are not even So you're not thinking I'm going to come and talk about some cars and some mansions here. Money is very good. It's one of the amazing security you should have before marriage. However, that's not all that there is. So let's talk about the major things that make life worth living. The first one I have here is he only treats you right. One of the major red flags. A guy that only treats you right. You go out with a guy and is all over you. Oh, my princess, my queen. And there's someone, maybe probably a staff or something, mistakenly stepped on him or just do something and then he's all over. He's shouting, he's nagging, he's not calming down, he's almost going to slap and beat the person. My sister, run. Oh. I mean, it maltreats or mistreats other persons. He talk down on people. Like you're the only one he cares about. He's not kind to other people. He doesn't care about how they feel. He doesn't feel any empathy to others. He's not compassionate. Humanity is nothing in it to him. That is not a good one. So some of you just blind your eyes. He only cares about me. He doesn't want anything to happen to me. I mean, a guy literally just washed down the laundryman or the cleaner or the gate man, and you're feeling like a baby girl. That's not a good one. It's a major red flag. As little as most of these red flags I'm going to be sharing, that's just very minor things, but they mean a whole lot. They mean a whole lot. A guy that is kind to you and not other persons, will you don't want to expect the outcome. You don't want to. I've seen this play out. I've seen people mask up in what they are not, and it's just character is just something that you cannot curtail. You cannot keep for the long term. It's definitely going to come up, and you are going to be the you're going to bear the greater consequence of it. So it's pampering you, it's caring about you now during the relationship and courtship, and you're feeling like it doesn't treat others well. You're feeling on top of the world, like you're the only one. The world revolves around you. Okay, wait for it. Wait for it. So if a guy only treats you right and neglects others, he doesn't care about others, he's not kind to others, it's a major red flag that you should look out for and work on. Just deal with it. That's not the kind of man that you, radiant woman, should be seen hanging out with. So the second kind of man that you shouldn't hang out with, a man that is only concerned about physical attraction. All it talks about is your beauty, your curves, your legs. It's never complimented your behavior. It's never talked about your future, your dreams, other things that make you you. What he cares about is, oh yeah, your legs are so sexy. Oh, your body is banging. Like it's just physical attraction for him. The the inward part, the other things that makes you you are not a thing to him, and they're not things that he cares about. It's a major red flag. It's a major red flag. A man that cares about just a physical attraction is a really really big turn off. Is a sign that it's just there for your body. So he just cares about how you look sexy for me. Look, I mean, what about be intelligent for me? What about work on yourself for me? What about other things that makes you you? Other things that make you you rather. He doesn't care about all those things. He cares about just physical attraction, just your body, your bum bum, your boots, your it's not a right man for you. It's not a right man for you. So another one I have here is he doesn't want anybody to know about your relationship. It's a relationship but not a secret court. Privacy is not secrecy. I'll take that again. Privacy is not secrecy. A man that doesn't want anybody to know about you, he doesn't want you to meet his parents, he doesn't want your friends to know you. He's just always hiding. He doesn't want anybody to know about you. When you talk about him to your friends, it's just like you have never met any of his family members. You could even meet his friends. I mean, all those friends got that cause our wife. You could meet with his friends, but his parents, his family members, it doesn't allow you to meet them. It's not a good man to be with. Don't try. No matter you keep it in secrecy. Nothing thrives in Sin thrive in secrecy a lot. You want to see his pastor, you want to see people that he's submitted to, you want to see people that he respects. Like a man that loves you want to show you off. I'm not even joking. I'm not even capping. No matter how secretive, no matter how private he is, rather not secretive, no matter how private he is, a man that really loves you wouldn't hide you. He wouldn't keep your relationship a secret. He will want you to meet his people as much as you want him to meet your people. He wants you to meet his friends as much as you want him to meet. He wants you to meet people that he's submitted to, people that he cares about. He'll definitely mention you to people. Do you understand? Yes. So a man that wants people doesn't want people to know about your relationship is a no for you. A man that is keeping you as a secret is a no for you. Another one I have here is a man that avoid real conversations. You want to talk about life, growth, parenting, future. Is always uninterested. He just want to probably like I was in a relationship one time, and then whenever I want to talk about serious things, they want to talk about our future, our plans. It's just always uninterested. There's no future. Let's just talk. Sometimes we even be like, let's just call them. Like, call do. Oh my god, it was a whole lot. Honestly, I had to break that relationship with the grace of God. It was a lot for me, but I just had to like. I mean, I want to talk. I want to get to know you. I want to get to have beautiful plans for myself. I have beautiful plans for my future. What's going on? You wouldn't want to talk. You just want to lie down. You just want to do, you know. And it's always very hyperactive whenever I want to talk about sexual stuff. Like maybe we'll talk about how many kids want to keep. Maybe it's not even about kids. Maybe who is more romantic, who is loving, all of those things um spark his interest. But when we want to talk about real life stuff, life, future, vision, purpose, he's always uninterested. That's not a kind of man you should be with. You should be able to have real conversations about life, finances, purpose, vision. Like your marriage should be built on something. There should be a goal. There should be a common and shared interest. Do you understand? So a man that avoid real conversations is a no for you. Is a no for you. Another thing I have here is a man that lacks self control. Trust me, a man that lacks self control is not a kind of man to be with. I mean, if he cannot control himself while you are in a relationship, while you are still courting, he will most likely not be able to control himself when real temptations arise. It's a big deal, honestly. It's a big deal. As much as I know it's a big deal. If a man cannot control himself, I remember there was a particular time I was in a relationship with this guy, and he likes to touch me whenever we are alone. He wants to touch, and I wasn't feeling very uncomfortable. I wasn't feeling very comfortable rather, and one of Holy Spirit clearly warned me at the time that I should there was just some personal spiritual dealings. And I had to tell him that I'm not comfortable whenever you touch me like this, whenever you do this, I'm not comfortable. And he literally always wants to go beyond that. I used to like stop him. You get so, but even with the little that I still permitted and just like overlooked, Holy Spirit wanted me to tell him to stay clear of it, and then have to tell him. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it, and he will still do it again. He would even do worse. A man that doesn't have self control is a no for you. When it comes to, let me just chip purity in. Purity is something you shouldn't joke with. Purity is one of the best foundations for marriage. Leave the bed undefiled. That was the instruction that the Bible gave. Leave the bed undefiled. Purity is something that you should not joke with. Purity is something that you shouldn't joke with. I'm sorry for that little glitch. Purity is something that you shouldn't joke with. Bible's a lot of the instructions that the Bible gave is not for God. Like it is for you. It's for your sanity, for your self-respect, for your dignity. For the best part, don't ruin the trust that will last you, that would help build your marriage. Don't lose it on the bed of immorality. I mean, this sex can wait. Sex can wait. So a man should have self control. And when it comes to the matters of purity, it's a combined determination. You both should be determined. You both should decide. So you both should decide. It's not a one person thing. You both should be interested in staying sexually pure. So if he's not interested in staying sexually pure, if he doesn't want it, you will most likely not be able to. So self control is something you don't joke with. When you tell a man stop, he stops. But he should be able to respect himself enough to control himself and not even repeat patterns. Do you understand? Yeah, so a man should have self control, and it just not just about sex alone. Other areas of his life, the way he gets angry, a lot of things. He should be able to like deal with it, even if it's something that he's trying to heal from. So far, is probably an anger issue or something. Is once you are able to talk to him, and he should be able to control himself. He should be able to control himself. Self control is something you shouldn't joke with. Sexually, anger. other things, a man should have self control. Another thing I have here is a man that is only concerned about himself. He always talks about himself. You are seldom in his plans. It doesn't. It's all about him. Oh my money. Oh my work. Oh my life. Oh my future. You are. He's not seeing a future with you. Obviously, men are future oriented, and before they come to you, they pictured how you are going to give birth to them. I'm saying this because I've seen it play out a lot. I've heard a lot of guys say it. I've heard a lot of guys say it. The relationship is something that men have calculated before they get into the relationship. For intentional men that want to get married to you, do you get for intentional men that want to get married to you? So men are vision oriented, they are goal oriented, they are transactional in nature. So before they come to you, they already know what they want from you. Do you understand? So a man that is not putting you in his plans most likely doesn't have a plan for you in his future, or doesn't even have a plan for himself. That's not a kind of man that you be secure with. That's not a kind of man you should then trust your life into. I hope you know that when you get married and trusting your life into the hand of another person, you cannot be yourself any longer. You cannot walk around any longer. You cannot just go spend the weekend any longer, anyhow, without his permission. And then, of course, you don't want to just leave him to himself like that. So it's not something you should joke with. A man should, the man you want to get married to should be able to include you in his plans. It should be we, not me. It should be we. Oh, what are we going to do? What's our future gonna be like? How many kids you want to excuse me? How many kids you want to give birth to? Like it should be about both of you. It should be about both of you. Trust me, if he's not including you in his plans, if there's nothing serious about you both whenever he's talking, that's a big monstrous red flag. Run. It's a big monstrous red flag. Run. A man should put you in his plans. If he's always concerned about himself, it's a big red flag. Don't do it. Run. Yes, so that's that for that. So if he doesn't have plans for his life, that's going to take us to the next point. A man that doesn't have plans for his life, that's going to take us to the next point. I apologize. There was a little glitch, and I apologize for that. Yes, so I said that if he's only concerned about himself and you're seldom in his plans, he is not the kind of man that you should marry. He doesn't. He's not involving in his plans. He's most likely just there to waste your time. And then even if he is promising you, if he's including you in his plans, you should be concrete enough. You should be discerning and learned enough to know he is not playing you. Do you understand? Yeah. So that's that for that. So the next one I have here is he doesn't have plans for his life. He doesn't have a sense of responsibility. He doesn't have plans for his life. Today he wants to be a driver. Tomorrow he wants to work in an oil and gas company. Next tomorrow he wants to be a surveyor. He has never been definite about a thing. He doesn't know exactly what he wants for his life. And sometimes he always wants to do something. He's not actually doing it. That's not the kind of man you want to entrust your life to. A man wants it should know it doesn't have to have it all figured out. But should be working on something. There should be something that is driven by. There should be something is intentional about. There should be something he's really working on. Do you understand? Don't build your life around a man that doesn't know what he wants for himself. It is not a good thing to do. Don't build your life around a man that doesn't know what he wants for himself. It is not a good thing to do. Do you understand? So he must be intentional about himself. He must be intentional about his life. He must know what he wants for himself. He must know what he wants for himself. So a man that doesn't have a plans for his life will most likely always run from responsibility. And honestly, you know that you really just shouldn't entrust your life into the hands of that kind of man. So another bonus, maybe this is not a bonus. Okay, before I come to that, let me talk about a man that is narcissistic. Let me break it down. A man that doesn't want you to be better. A man that doesn't that sees your growth as a threat. As much as this sounds like it doesn't happen, it happens a lot. I was reading a post one day. What do you think about your woman being richer than you? And I was reading from some men, and some men literally responded like, "Why should you say that your wife should not be richer than you? She should not be submissive." That's a very wrong idea. That's a very wrong ideology. That's a very wrong mindset. And this is a call to you ladies too. Money shouldn't stop you from submitting to your man. I mean, the fact that you have money and you're submissive is a win for you. Submission is beautiful. That's why I'm encouraging you to marry well. Marry someone you can submit to. And let me break it down. Marry someone you can kneel down for. I'm not saying you're going to be kneeling down to greet him, right? We're not living in the archaic culture. Kneeling down is not actually bad. I'm just saying I married someone that you wouldn't see kneeling down for him as a big deal. You wouldn't see. I'm just practicalizing it. You don't have to kneel down, but just think that okay, even if I have to kneel down, you know, just marry someone you can submit to. Marry someone that is worth your submission. Submission is earned, right? It is not. It's not. I cannot submit to you because you're a man. Why should I submit to you? Give me a reason to submit to you. Do you understand? So submission is earned. To marry someone you can submit to, trustworthy, intelligent, respectful. Just marry someone you can submit to. Do you get it? So a man that so back to the comments, I was reading a lot of comments. Some men were saying that if she's richer than me, I'm going to divorce her. If she's getting money, I'm going to cut off all of the jobs that's giving her money. And I'm just like, who raised these men? But I'm in a patriarchal society, and I do not blame them. There's a lot of stereotypes, a lot of societal dysfunction. Do you understand? Parental upbringing, a lot of things are added to the factor as summed up to that actual reason that made men to feel like, oh, my wife cannot be better than me, shouldn't be better than me. A man that sees your growth as a threat is not the kind of man you should get married to. He's gonna choke up everything that makes you you, and you should be whole and complete in yourself enough to walk away from a man that doesn't want the best for you. Walk away from a man that doesn't want his growth. Okay, you don't want me to take this job. Why? And his wife should be concrete enough. Don't be so love like I mean a lot of these are overly in love that they don't even think. A man cut off all of your streams of income. It doesn't allow you go for conference, it doesn't allow you work. It just cripples your productive ability and you're all head over heels. It's gonna take care of me. It's gonna no being a full housewife is not bad actually. But that is if you are comfortable with that. I do not advise, but if you're comfortable with being a full housewife and you just feel like okay, but I know that parenting is a lot on its own. If you're going to parent quality and responsible children, it's actually going to take a lot from you. Do you understand? So if you want to be a full housewife, I do not really have a problem with it. But make sure that you are doing it willingly and you are sure that what God will have you do. Not just not you just excusing because of laziness, excusing your purpose, excusing other assignment because of laziness. Be sure that is what God will have you do probably part time or at the time. But aside that, a man that is crippling your productivity, especially when you want it, is a no for you. Walk away, don't justify it. There's a man that will love you and help you to become the best version of yourself. Don't joke with it. Don't joke with your future. Don't joke with that greatness in you. Don't joke with that great thing you can become. That's what I have here. Yeah, as I was saying that a man is there's no violence. A man that is already giving you body, like you are saying something, already doing like this. If I if he beats you, my sister, run. A man that's about to and that's shouting on you, telling you things like shut up, you know, telling you all these things sternly. It's not a good man for you. It's not a good man for you. Run, my sister, run. So a man that beats you, it's not a good one for you. I don't know. I don't care how much where you grew up. I don't care whoever I told you that a man has every man beats on a lady. Every man run, run. He wouldn't stop beating you. Don't be a toxic person yourself. I don't know how much you. I don't know how far you have come. I don't know how much you have shared. A man, the number of years you have spent single is little compared to the number of years you will spend married. Don't do that with a man that is violent. Don't live with a man that beat that shows the tendency of beating you. A man beat you once and is apologizing. Apologizing for what? He will beat you again. He will beat you again, he will continue beating you, and he will most likely kill you one day. You are a fragile, beautiful, amazing creature deployed on earth to fulfill a purpose, not a punch bag. You're not a punch bag. You're not a punch bag. If a man beats you, walk away, please. Walk away, I beg of you. Walk away. A man that smokes and drinks, ruining his health, is not a right man for you. I don't think I have to explain that. A man that is not dating to get married. So a man clearly told you that, oh, I'm just dating, I'm not ready to get married, I'm not interested in marriage. And you're still in that relationship doing what? Doing what? I don't understand. Doing what? Is your life a joke to you? It's your time. I was counseling a lady some time ago. She dated a guy for 7 years without a plans for marriage. And the guy left her. I think they started dating in her early 20s, and then in her late 20s, the guy just bolted away, just ran away. It's sad. It's sad. Ask it, what are you? It's not a sign of desperation, but there's a way to go about it. It's not a sign of desperation when you tell a man that, oh, I want to know when we are getting married. When are we getting married? When is the marriage going to? Oh, like, if we know that it shouldn't come from a place of desperation. It should come from, don't say that, I'm not asking you, not think I'm desperate or I just want married. No, there's a way you talk about it. Have that conversation with a man. Like, let him know, this is what I want. When are we going to get married? When is this courtship and relationship ending? Let's know what we are doing. My life is not a joke. My life is not a joke. Life is not a joke. If you are seeing a girl that is saying that, oh, I don't want to promise a lady marriage, go and stick to these things you are learning on social media. Let me find a kind of man that is gonna be intentional about building something with me. Do you get it? So don't waste your time. Don't waste your life. You mean so much and you deserve so much. I was going to share something. Holy Spirit, I totally forgot. I totally forgot. So yes, so that's that for today. Thank you so much for joining. So before I wrap up, I'm just gonna read through again. So I have 10 red flags here. And number one, I said that a man that only treats you right. A man that treats you right and neglects others is kind to only you, and he neglects others. He doesn't care about others. He cares about just you. He sees the driver, he insults, shouts. He sees someone, he talks down on them, abuse, insults, shout. He's kind to you, and he's kind to only you. Every one other person, every other person, other people, they are like piece of trash to him. That's the kind of man you should be with. Second, I said a man that's only concerned about physical attraction is always about your body, how you look, your skin, your glow, your height, your other things that make you you, what you're interested in, your shared interests, your goals, your vision doesn't concern him. It's just about the physical attraction. That's not the kind of man you should settle, build your life around. A man that doesn't want anyone to know about a relationship. It is a private relationship is different from a secret relationship. You are not a prerogative to be hidden. Yes. So another one is a man that avoid real conversations, doesn't want to talk about life, future, vision, goals, plans, doesn't want to talk about parenting, not talking about the future with you. He definitely doesn't have you in his future. Another thing is a man that lacks self-control, cannot control himself sexually, anger, other things. A man that lacks self-control is most likely going to escalate the more, like get worse in marriage, and you may not be able to handle it. A man that's only concerned about himself, it's just about him, my business, my life, my work. You are never seen in his picture when he talks about his content and everything. He seldom bring you into the conversation. That's not the kind of man that you should get married to. Another one is a man that doesn't have plans for his life, doesn't know where it's going, doesn't know what he wants to do, or he wants to do about 10 things that he go. Like, if there's no definite thing that he wants to do with his life, that's not the kind of man you should build your life around. And I also said a man that is violent, he treats you violently, is beating you, will most likely continue. What is not? He will definitely. And it's already showing signs and tendencies of beating you. He will definitely do that until marriage, and even do worse in marriage. Another one, I said that a man that doesn't care about your growth, a man that is concerned about himself more than his growth. Your growth. Excuse me. A man that is concerned about himself more than a man that's concerned about himself more than you. A man that focuses on other things. Like when it comes to Holy Spirit, let me articulate correctly. A man that doesn't care about what you want to do, or when he sees you flying better than him, when he sees you soaring or probably making money better than him, he wants to cripple your productivity. He just wants to bring you down, just wants to keep you in a small box in name of submission. Is not a good man for you. He's going to cripple your relationship, your your ability. It's going to cripple your productivity and your creativity. That's not the kind of man that you build your life around, except you just want to live an 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 unfulfilled life. Yes. So, and lastly, a man that is not dating to get married. A man that is not dating to get married doesn't know if he wants to get married to you. He's unsure about you. Is that the kind of man that you get married to? You ask him, oh, what about our relationship? Where are we going? What are your plans for our relationship? And he said, I don't. And he's saying things like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm to marry. Like, even if he's not saying, like, you can literally read it. Be kind to yourself enough to walk away. Hope you have really learned something from today's teaching. Hope I really learned something from tonight's teaching. These are a few red flags. We are going to share so much red flags and also green flags in our next session. Thank you so much for joining tonight. I am excited that you actually stayed till the end. God bless you. Have an amazing right rest. See you next Sunday. Bye.